guys, welcome back. Today's episode, I'm going to be showing you guys basically how I torture myself every single day with my diet. I don't eat a whole lot of food, a whole lot of voluminous food anymore. I'm trying to keep my waist a little bit smaller going into competition. I'm not trying to distend it too much, especially early on in my career. So that's my sort of thought process with it. I get a little bit hungrier throughout the days. If you guys are just going for regular weight loss, I will have another video with some low calorie dense food coming out that you can meal prep for. But this is just my personal diet. I do eat a little bit more than what the normal person would do, but I'm 6'3" and 230 pounds right now. And I mean, I'm sitting at like 7% body fat. So I'm not a small dude by any means, so I need more calories than what the normal person would. Right now I'm eating about 300 calories roughly. That's not including any sort of like sauces or anything I put on there. So by the end of the day it's pretty close to 3,500, and I'm actually in a calorie deficit losing weight. So that's, yeah, there's not too many people out there that can actually eat that much food and lose weight. If you put on enough size, you could eventually. I also do like 40 minutes of cardio and walk for 4 to 5 miles on top of that every day. So I get the extra calorie burn through that. But enough chit chat. I'm going to go ahead and jump right into it and show you guys how I cook my breakfast. Okay guys, we're back. I got everything laid out for you. So, and every morning I cook myself up French toast for breakfast. You can meal prep this. I used to, but I don't have to get to work till late enough where I'm actually up where I can cook it myself. If you want to cook it, you can put it on a baking sheet and cook up a massive batch in one shot. I will be showing how to do that on the next meal prep video. But for now, we'll get started with this. I use 276 grams of egg whites, these 6 servings total. And I knew it'd be a little short out of that container. And as I'm mixing this up, I already got the pan warming up. That way it can start cooking immediately. I'm not waiting on the pan to warm up after I get everything mixed together. Just a nice little helpful tip. After the egg whites, we will add sucralose or some sort of artificial sweetener. Limited stuff will not kill you. It won't cause you to have Alzheimer's or anything like that. And it won't block your insulin or whatever the technical term for it is. Just add some vanilla extract. I usually just eyeball it, put about 10 grams in or something like that. Same way with the cinnamon. I just eyeball it to the amount of cinnamon that I like. After that, we can mix it up. Alright, so now we got 2 types of bread here. We have great value white bread. It's just regular white bread. You don't need to have anything special. And this is a Schmidt 647 bread. This bread is lower calories. It's this has 40 calories a slice, and this has 70 calories a slice. If you are a smaller person and looking to eat less calories, I would recommend doing 4 slices 647 compared to half and half. But you can do what you want. The 647 bread is a lot more expensive, so I will say that. That's mainly why I do half and half, just because I don't feel like buying as much of that type of bread. Whenever I wasn't able to eat as much, I did eat less. or eat the 647 bread. And after that, you just make sure you get everything soaked. It should be basically falling apart whenever you pull it out and put it onto the stove top. Just make sure you get as much egg whites in there as possible. Any leftover egg whites, you just simply pour over the top, let them absorb down into the bread, and you want to make sure you get as much egg whites in there as possible. That's where you're getting all your protein at. This is a breakfast that I eat every day. I mean, probably for the past 3 months straight, I've had this for breakfast every single day. It's amazing. Even my bulking season, I enjoy having it. Alright guys, well that's it. I'm just going to let this cook up. I'm going to eat my breakfast and then I'll come back to you guys for the rest of the meal prep. So, see you shortly. Alright guys, I'm back. I got everything laid out here that I'm going to need. The first thing we're going to get cooking would be the rice, because that's going to take the longest for the cook. It's going to take probably about 45 minutes to an hour at least for it to fully cook. So I'm eating 10 servings of rice a day, and so that would be 50 servings of rice for the 5-day week. Each serving has 45 calories, or 45 grams in it, and 160 calories. So 450 grams a day of dry, and then multiply that by 5. Get the pot out here, put it on the food scale, and make sure you weigh it out right. If you put the pot on there first and then hit the 0 button, it'll zero it out. Makes it a lot easier to weigh your food. A little bit over. There we go. Alright, so we have 10 servings of rice in there. I'm going to go ahead and double that so we get 20. So that'd be 900 actually. Alright, there we are good. So with this, for every cup of rice, you add 2 cups of water. Every serving is a 1/4 cup. So let me do the math quick in my head to see how much water we're going to need. 12. Need a total of 5 cups of water in there, and it's ready to start cooking. I always like to put my rice on high, let the water start to boil, and then turn it down to like a number 1 or 2. That way it's not boiling over the whole time. Alright, so while we got the rice cooking up, I'm going to go ahead and weigh out the other rice, and I'm going to start trimming my chicken up. I always trim all the fat off the chicken because each gram of fat has 9 calories, where the chicken itself is virtually almost 1 calorie per gram. So I weigh out 2 servings of chicken, be 226 grams per serving, and I need 15 piles for my preps, and then I keep extra chicken laying around for my rice and broccoli in the evenings. So I'm going to do a fast forward montage through all this to save you guys all of that. Alright guys, so there's the chicken. A little helpful tip, you want to make sure you're careful on the type of seasonings you use. Of course, this is just sea salt, but if you look at the bottom, it just says ingredients, sea salt. Look at the ingredients. If sugar is within the first three ingredients, you want to stay away from it. A lot of like the maple flavorings have a lot of sugar in them. Lemon pepper is a really good seasoning to use. Italian seasoning, anything that's just not going to have added sugars, that's going to add calories to your meals. Also, on the oven, make sure you set the oven to 375 degrees, and it should take probably about 15 minutes to cook roughly. I just keep my eye on it. When it looks like it's done, I take it out. So whenever the chicken rice is finished up, I'll be back. Alright, so we got half the rice cooked up, and by the time we get done weighing this out, the chicken in the oven ought to be done, so we should be able to finish at least half the meals. I'm going to show you how to do this. That way, I can just fast forward through the rest of it. So we have 2,200 grams of rice in this bowl. So you want to divide that by however many meals you're making. I need to divide it by 10, so I have 220 grams per bowl that I'll be taking, which will be 2 servings. So just zero the scale out, and when you zero it out, when we scoop it out, it should come to the negative 220 if that's exactly how you're going to be doing it too. Just like that, I got it perfect. Just rinse and repeat. And you will have your meals completed. So I usually eat 3 of these meals a day, and then the 2 meals I have in a container here at the end of the day normally. I usually cook them up every day when I get back from work, but for you, to illustrate for you guys, I figured I'd just go ahead and cook tomorrow's up today. You can always just throw it in the microwave and heat it up. there. This out of the way. So with these meals, I normally just take my chicken and cut it up into small chunks. That way I can mix it through the rice. And so forth. And then I will add an entire bag of broccoli to each one of these. And for like the whole bag of broccoli, you're only adding 100 calories, but you're literally doubling the size of your meal. So it definitely keeps you full for several hours. Bag of broccoli and just dump it in. There we go. I mean, that's a pretty large container for not a ton of calories. Was it 320, 680? You're looking about 700 calories for the whole container, which for me is what I need to fit my macros. If it's just a little bit too high of calories for you guys, like I said, you could just take a serving of rice away or a couple servings of rice away throughout the day, or minus one serving of rice in each one of these since you have so much vegetables with it. If you minus a serving of rice from each of these containers, just add a whole bag of broccoli to every meal. That's going to keep you really full as well. And to keep this from getting boring, like I said, I try to stick with the same types of food. That way I know what my body processes good, you know what it doesn't. And this seems to be like the best route for me to go as of now. I do switch it up because, let's face it, this chicken, broccoli, and rice gets old. I make pizzas, of course the French toast, and I make pancakes, all sorts of different things. I'll be making spaghetti up later. But to keep this from getting boring as possible, I mean, you gotta use sauces. I have soy sauce, I have sugar-free barbecue sauce. That's say 15 calories per serving. Most of the time, you use 2 servings on average, as long as you aren't drowning it. You have Frank's Red Hot, and then you can use any type of mustard that you like. Wash like the horseradish mustard, and some of the other ones, they do have some calories in them, but not that much if you really like that certain type. Just be careful how much you're adding versus how many calories. Other than that, that's about it. I'm gonna get a shot of all the meals that I'll be eating one day, and I'll see you later. Alright, so we are all finished up. This is a full week of meal prepping for me, roughly. Like I said, I usually make these every single day. Just went ahead and made them up ahead of time. As far as the rice and chicken goes, that is prepared for the whole week. This is also my breakfast, French toast. I have it every single day in the morning. Do not be afraid to use sugar-free syrup on it as well. It adds, for a whole half cup of syrup, it adds 60 calories. You really can't beat it. Alright, well, I was glad to be able to show you guys how I meal prep for it. I will be coming out with a different meal prep for someone that's not able to have as many calories. That way you can still get your protein goals and still lose some weight. So, good luck on your fitness adventure. I'm trying to do my best with these videos to give you guys as much knowledge as I can. I know I'm just starting out, it's a little bit rough, but there's only one way to get better, and that's to continue doing it. So until next time, you guys have a great day.